Hey guys, happy Father's Day from Dom Lefouret. This is another review for Legend of Korra, for episode 10, Turning the Tides. Wow, what an episode. Only word I can really say about that applies to everything in this episode, is intense. And that seems to go for every single episode. Everyone's fighting and everyone's like amazing. So wow. I can't really, like, this season has been pretty awesome so far, and I have nothing bad to say about it. With this particular episode, though, there was also kind of disappointing with, at the end, all the good guys are either in hiding, or like Lin, she has her bending taken away. That got me a little bit inside. I love Lin, and I hope to see her again. I mean, she's a tough character. Part of me thinks that, like, she'll come up again and everyone will be like, Lin, and she'll be like, what, did you think I was gonna give up just because my bending was taken away? So yeah, she doesn't go down easily, so I love her for it. And I think, at least I hope, that this isn't the end of Lin Beifong. But still, I hope Korra can restore that woman's bending, because that woman deserves it. Moving on to the episode, because there were actually some uplifting sections to it. For example, the kids, the airbending kids, they like, whoa, since when can kids fight like that? I'm like, oh man, I never want to make those kids angry at me. So Tenzin, kudos for, like, training your kids like that well. Like, that was intense in a good way. It was funny too, so that scene was amazing, and I thank the writers for giving us something to remember the kids by, because yeah, we won't be seeing them for a little while, at least. Moving on to Pema, because she gives birth to another baby, like, now? Really? And for a moment I was like, why? Like, for a moment I was like, was this episode, like, too short? Did they randomly stick something in there to try to make it longer? But then I think about it and I'm like, no, I think they realized this episode was going to be really intense and kind of depressing with Amon taking over. So the birth of a cute little baby boy who was very healthy was at least a good way to get everyone to be like, oh, well, maybe things aren't so bad. Even if the kid's birthday is on, like, the worst day of Republic City history. Besides the point, the yeah, birth of the baby was definitely a way to keep everyone's hopes up without actually using the word hope. So thank you, writers, for keeping everything from getting too cheesy, because then I wouldn't have been able to handle it. Usually I'm all for cheese and all for happiness, but sometimes it gets too much, but it didn't with that scene, so yay. Anyway, okay. Moving on, to Lin. I cannot make a review video without talking about Lin, because she is amazing and she is tough, and I will miss her. I mean, even if she doesn't come back in this, like, if she doesn't come back and have some more action this season, I will definitely still regard her as one of my favorite characters. Just saying. Alright, so Hiroshi also makes an appearance in this episode, and I wasn't expecting him. I'm like, wait, whoa, Hiroshi. And he doesn't, like, I was surprised that he wasn't all too happy with the idea of his daughter joining joining the Equalists. I was like, oh. Or, I don't know what Amon was exactly implying, but whatever it was, Hiroshi doesn't like it, so that definitely means that if there's ever a time that Asami joins the Equalists, she's going to be in for a nasty surprise, and I feel bad for her if that's the case, because she is, like, man, nothing is going for her ever since she joined Team Avatar. Her dad being part of the evil Equalists and her boyfriend kind of cheating on her. So I feel so bad for her. She doesn't deserve this. As I said in the last review, she doesn't deserve all this. And it looks like things are getting worse, and yeah, she's gonna leave Team Avatar, and as I said in the last review, I don't want that to happen because I love her, but nothing has proved, like, even, not, I'm not gonna say proven, but even suggested, nothing's even suggested that she will stay, so, yeah. All I can say is poor Asami. Alright, what else was there? Right, okay. There was also General Iroh. We see he makes an appearance at the very end of this episode, and I'm like, okay, because we see him and he's like Mr. Perfect posture, hands behind back, very proper is the best word to describe him. I also came up with this acronym, SUTAS. Can you guess what it is? Stick up the ass syndrome. He is definitely inflicted with it, and hopefully he will be able to shake it off a bit by the end of the next season. In any case though, because he seems to be such, as I said, so proper, I have a feeling he's not going to relinquish any sort of leadership. He's like, I think it's when it's going to get down, when they get down to business, it's going to be him being like, Korra, listen to me. I know what I'm doing. And Korra's gonna be like, yeah, no, you listen to me. I'm the Avatar. So, yeah, there's gonna be a bit of a showdown as to who's really boss. So, you heard it from me first. So, anyhow, there will definitely be a bit of a clash because I don't think either of them want to be the other person's lackey. Hopefully they'll work out some kind of partnership, because they both seem to have something to offer. In any case, so General Iroh, he seems to be like, what, 25-ish? Probably, I'm thinking maybe older. Definitely not as old as Tenzin. But I didn't expect him to be like, like a teenager. But then out of his mouth comes Zuko's voice. I was like, wait, whoa. What did I hear right? Like he speaks and I'm like, that's Dante Basco. So if I needed any more proof that this guy is apparently Zuko's son, I mean, honestly, named after General Iroh and has Zuko's voice. Yeah, enough said. He's Zuko's son. Alrighty. Oh yes, one last thing, not pertaining to this particular episode, but I have to say I'm a little disappointed with Korra's progress as an airbender and spiritually as well. I expected that by the end of the season she would have more airbending moves that she could practice in combat, and that she would be talking to Aang by now. But it looks like at least she's started to meditate, that is good, but all she really learned was how to spin to avoid a whole bunch of attacks, and she got a whole bunch of visions. So comparably, yeah, I am actually really disappointed that she didn't make it any further than she did. Like, I understand she had a lot going on, but I mean, come on. Was her training so lacking that she couldn't learn anything else besides how to spin around? Yeah. So I am, and with Tenzin gone, she's not gonna learn much more this season. So here, but there's still hope that she'll get into the Avatar state. I know a lot of people have been talking about how she's going to like in the season finale, how she'll get into the Avatar state. So I'm definitely all for that, and I think it's actually quite possible and probable, whatever word you want to use. So, keeping my fingers crossed, I hope she ends up getting into the Avatar state at least, because if she doesn't, then I'm going to be disappointed. Really more disappointed than I already am with her progress. As a character though, don't get me wrong, I love her, and the progress she's made as a character is she's definitely come a long way. She's become more sympathetic to non-benders. She's also definitely become more patient and a little less hot-headed. So I'm excited to see her progress even more.